Hi, my name is Amber, and this is my spoiler for review for Wayfarer by Alexander Bracken. First off, I want to mention Passenger. If you have not read Passenger yet, there is most likely a chance that I am going to spoil something for you, so go read that and come back. When I had first picked up Passenger last year, I had no idea what it's about. I had not read The Darkest Minds by Alexander Bracken, I still haven't, and I will eventually, but I just kept seeing this book around in the beginning of the year when it came out, and it just looked beautiful and amazing, so I decided to pick it up and read it, and I loved every minute of it. This book is full of time travel and love, and just, it's such an amazing story where you're going around a bunch of different places in the world at a bunch of different times. I easily gave Passenger 5 out of 5 stars last year, so when Disney Hyperion was kind enough to send me an arc of Wayfarer this year, I got really excited. I was so happy to have this in my hands. I don't know why they gave it to me, but thank you guys so much because I was so excited to actually have this. I decided to take this with me during the Thanksgiving week because we were spending time with family, and I decided this was going to be the main book that I was going to focus on during that trip. That was a dumb decision on my part because even though it was a holiday, we were still really busy, so I barely really had any time to read most of it, so I only read every now and then during that trip. And when we got back, I just could not bring myself to keep reading. I was having to force myself to sit down and read this, and it wasn't because I wasn't enjoying it. I think the story and the characters are fantastic, just as the first one was. Something was missing for me, which sounds really dumb to say, and I hate saying that for a book, but something was just missing. Every time I would pick this up, I just felt like I was having to force myself to really get into the story again each time, and it was just slow for me and kind of, I don't know, I'm having such a hard time describing what about this book made it so hard to read. It took me way too long to get through this. When we leave Passenger, Etta and Nicholas are split up, and we have no idea what's happening on either side for them, really, until we get into this one. I'm not going to spoil anything for Wayfarer because it is not out yet, and I don't want to talk about anything that's in it to ruin anything for anybody. It does come out January 3rd, 2017. I do plan on going and picking up a finished copy when it comes out because it is gorgeous, and there is a special edition that's actually going to be at Target, which is going to be signed and have a side story from Rose's past, which is Etta's mother, which I think will be really interesting, and I can't wait to see what that is. The first half of this book I think was the hardest for me to really enjoy. It was nice being able to see these characters again, and in the beginning I was fine, I was enjoying this, and then it just kind of felt, I don't know, I just kind of felt like I was having to force myself to read it, which I know I've said multiple times now, but I just couldn't bring myself to really get into the story as much as I was hoping I would. By the second half, I was enjoying it more. I enjoyed the second half a lot more than I did the first. I won't go into reasons why because I don't want to spoil anything, but I definitely enjoyed the second half a lot more than I did the first, but it definitely was still, I don't know if slow is the right word for me to use. It doesn't seem like the right word. I still enjoyed the story. I thought it was really interesting. I love all of the characters, and you're seeing new characters and new lights and really seeing new places and new experiences, and I'm absolutely so happy that I was able to get this and read it. I gave it 4 stars. When it comes out, I do plan on picking it up, like I said, and I think I might reread it and kind of give myself time from the break of reading the arc and read a finished copy and see if my mind changes or see if a different time of me reading it will change how I feel about the book. I thought I had amazing moments for growth in a bunch of characters and seeing them become the people they're supposed to be, and we get to see more of how time travel works. I don't want this to seem like a bad review. I definitely didn't enjoy it as much as I did the first one, but it's not a bad book. I enjoyed this a lot, and I think a ton of people will love this book. I honestly really do think that the time that I'm reading this and the fact that it was so hyped up in my mind before I read it is the reason why I didn't fully enjoy it as much as I was hoping I would. So I'm hoping when it comes out and I reread it that I will enjoy it as much as I originally thought I was going to, but I still love the story. The characters are fantastic in this, and after finishing this, I definitely want to pick up her other series and just read more by Alexander Bracken. There's a small part of me that wishes there was more after this, that there was going to be a third book or some kind of short story ending just to kind of continue this and see what happens next and how these characters are after everything that's happened in this duology, but then there's that part of my brain that's telling me that it's better that it ends where it ends. And by the end, I was tearing up. That made me realize that I was engrossed in these characters' lives and trying to figure out what they needed to do and what was going to make everything okay. And it was the same feeling by the end of this that I had by the end of Passenger, just with less questions. That is all my thoughts for Wayfarer by Alexander Bracken. If you've had the chance to read this early, please let me know because I want to talk about it with someone and see how my feelings compare to others. So if you've read it, let me know. If you plan on picking it up when it comes out, please let me know that as well because I definitely plan on still buying the finished copy because Passenger Finished was gorgeous and I cannot wait to see what Wayfarer is fully going to look like in person. Again, thank you Disney Hyperion for sending this to me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys next time.